Kadosh, Boker Or, Mishna Yomi, Masechet, Avodah Zarah. Perek Bet, Mishnah Hey and Vav, Mishnah 5 and 6. Mishnah Hey comes and it says as follows: Amar Rabbi Yehuda, says Rabbi Yehuda. Shalom Rabbi Yishmael to Rabbi Yeshua Kishayu Menachim Baderech. Rabbi Yishmael came and he asked the question to Rabbi Yeshua when they were traveling on the way. Amar Lo, he told him, why did they say you're not allowed to have non-kosher cheeses? Meaning the cheese from the goyim. Why? Amar Lo, he says, because they come and they curdle it and rent it, which means they come and they put it in the stomach. Not many times they put it. Nowadays they took the preservatives and other things as well. They put sometimes they just put the enzymes and it's already enough. And in the olden days, the mama she used to put in a keva of nevela. Amarlo, so they went and he said, "Valo kevat ola chamurami keva nevela." So I'm saying the keva of a korban ola is worse, right, than what? Than a keva nevela. Amru kohen shedato yafeh sorfa chaya. But the kohenim say that if a kohen who is not sensitive, he may gulp down the rennet from the stomach of an olah while the rennet is still raw. So therefore, the rennet of an olah does not have a status of an olah. So therefore, the rennet of a nevela does not have a status of a nevela. Velo hodulo. They said they didn't agree with him. Aval amru. One second. He says aval amru, but they said en ne'anim velo mo'alim. You're not allowed to benefit, right, from the rennet of the olah. You're obviously not to drink the from the rennet. And he says, but it's not considered milah. Okay, so you're not allowed to benefit, but it's not considered milah. Okay, right? He comes and he says, Chazar v'amarlo. He comes and he says, right, as follows. He says, Chazar v'amarlo. Afterwards, he brought a different approach. Because they're doing it inside the keva of an avodah zarah. So amarlo, he told him, he says, why is it that you're not allowed to come? Right? He comes and he says, right? So why didn't they come and they prohibited benefit as well? So he says, right? He directed his attention to another topic. Amarlo, he says, Amarlo, he comes and he says, Ishmael achi, how do you read the pasuk? Ki tovim dodecha miyain, right? That because dodecha, the kisses of his mouth is better, right? Is better than wine. Or kitovim dodaich, or it's going to be better than the wine. So he says dodecha, right? He says is like Kadosh Baruch Hu addressing God directly, saying that they longed the kiss of God, right? Because again, your love is better than wine. So if it's going to be read dodaich, so then the Jewish people are quoting God's words about them, that the Jewish people long to be kissed by God because He has said about them, your love is better than wine. So Amarlo, he comes and he says kitovim dodaich, right? Because your love is better than wine. That is, the Jewish people are saying that they want to be kissed by Hashem. Amar lo ena davar ken. It's not true. Shareh chavero melamed alav. The friend is teaching on it. Lereach shemanecha tovim. What does that mean? Your oils have a good fragrance. So since again it's shemanecha, it's addressing Hashem. So to the previous dodecha is addressing Hashem. So זה כאילו אנחנו מדברים להשם, לא שהשם מדברים עלינו, right? אז אותו דבר, זה לא כתוב שמנייך, כתוב שמנייך. יש שמנייך, so then it will be דודייך, it will be the same thing.
בוא לשיר השירים, תשמע.
משנה ו' אלו דברים של עובדי כוכבים אסורים. These are the things of the כוכבים that is going to be אסור ואין אסור מסוים, but it's not אסור בהנאה. Number 1, חלב שחלבו עובדי כוכבים ניסה לרועהו, והפת והשמן שלהם. So for example, חלב עקום, right, is going to be, again, it's asur, but it's not isur hana'ah. You're allowed to benefit from it. So what is that? Chalav akum, milk that was an idolater came and he did it without the Jews saying, ve'apat shelaim, or a shemen shelaim. Rabbi ubet dino itir b'shemen. Rabbi and his beti, they permitted the shemen, right? Ushlakot, and the cooking of the foods, ukvashin shedarkan latel letochal chol yam mechometz, or pickled foods that they usually put, the pickles and everything, the wine and vinegar. V'tarit trufa, or chopped tarit fish. V'tzir, she'em badaga, kilbit shotetable, or fish brine that does not have a kilbit, which is non-kosher fish, in it. Chilak is a chilak fish. It's a type of a fish. It's a small fish that doesn't have fins or scales. The koret shel chiltit, right? Or we're talking about a koret shel chiltit. It's talking about grain, which is chopped chiltit, which is a very sharp tasting vegetable. Or melach salkontit salt, a coarse salt that was smeared with pig's fat, right? Arelu asurin. It's going to be prohibited. But all these things are not prohibited, right, with